Howdy gang, it's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And if you're here, it's because, if you're here and you're someone who doesn't care for SEO, search engine optimization, right, or algorithms, what you care for are human beings with a heart, and you are in business, then you're in the right place, because this show, like these conversations are all for you. Like, how do you begin to navigate and grow a business in a day and age where everything seems so technical? Well, there's a way for us in this tribe who are heart-centered entrepreneurs to be relevant and present and visible and powerful without having to be all techie about it all. However, what's required for you to then show up and be relevant is that you have access to truth, that you are able to look for truth in your life and then pay that truth forward to those you seek to serve. Do you hear that? That you are skilled at finding truth in your life and then paying it forward to others. That's all that marketing is. Marketing is you paying forward the truth that life has given you. Okay? If you're in this tribe, other people would tell you that marketing is sales, marketing is product promotion, like whatever. What I say marketing is a conversation that you lead for the benefit of those you seek to serve. Right? Now, if you're a coach, a healer, the outcome of that is transformation doesn't happen in an episode. You can't watch this video for 10 or 15 minutes and get the transformation you're looking for in life. This episode, or you creating an episode, is simply the beginning of a conversation. It's the beginning of a relationship. And if you're a relationship person, you get that. You understand that. So marketing is simply a conversation. And the fruit of that conversation might be one piece of fruit from that conversation is somebody who says, I like how you see the world. I'd like to work with you to help me move to the next place I want to go in life. Okay, well, that's how marketing turns into business. But marketing is not selling. All right, so that being said, let's dive in today to both my embarrassment and my pride for a moment. I was listening to, I wrote a book in 2014. I didn't do much with it. It was an ebook. I didn't publish it as a tangible book. I could. It's 136 pages. I think that's probably big enough. But and it was for real estate agents, because that was the industry I came out of, and that was for the longest time who I kept trying to serve. And as I decided to listen to it today because I wanted to see what I had captured in that book in terms of my own truth. And I had this odd sensation of both being proud of, because I can see in those moments in that book, I could see the origins of what I teach now, like authenticity, transparency. I could see it. It was all over that book. And I was also embarrassed by, I think, my voice. There was this sense as I was reading the book, recording it, read it and recorded. There was this sense of just I hadn't found my feet yet. I was still, there was this essence of still trying to do it right? Like, how do you record a book? And there wasn't the confidence in it that I wanted. And then also, I think there was some embarrassment of like what I did well. Well, what I did well was I saw something. I was making sense of marketing for myself, and I captured that and then translated that into this book, which was about email follow-up. Like, how do you actually make email authentic and not spammy? How do you carry on a conversation with people in email so they actually look forward to and find value in the relationship with you through email versus just being somebody who emails people and spams them and checks a box that says, oh yeah, I did my email today. So I was really proud of that, right? But I was trying to teach real estate agents how to do that, and that it never quite fit, because that didn't seem important to agents, and or the way I was framing it wasn't landing for real estate agents. So there was this sense of embarrassment of like, wow, like I sound really naive, or I sound really unsure, or I just sound however I sounded. And that's the interesting thing, right, about growth, is that when you're learning something new, when you're translating your world, this is really important. Get this right here. Here it is. Ready? When you're translating your world and your life's experience and trying to make sense of it, and you think to yourself, I have something really important here. Like what I'm learning right now is really important. And then you go and you share it with other people, even if you haven't lived it out yet. I wasn't great at email follow-up, and I wrote a book about it. But I wrote a book about it to try to make sense of my world and what I was learning, what I was seeing. That's how I wrote the book. I didn't write the book because I was some, millionaire from email marketing. I wrote the book because I was seeing something and I was capturing something about my world. I was making sense of my world. For many of you, you're waiting to market yourself until you have figured out your world. You're waiting until you think you have all the answers and are the guru or the valid teacher before you share with the world what you've captured or what you've understood. And while I get that, while I understand that, and while there's that makes sense in some context, what you miss in putting off this sharing of what life is teaching you, what you miss is the reps, the development of your voice. You can't develop your voice by not sharing. You not sharing will not develop your voice. And there's this, and so with that comes the price of embarrassment. That's just the price of it. The price of you finding your voice is the embarrassment in the short term of you sound naive, you sound unsure, and in this moment, that may be all you're present to is like, man, I just suck. Like this just doesn't sound good at all. I'm unsure. It doesn't feel right. All that. And I wrote that book 6 years ago. 6 years from now, you look back on the videos that you create now, the posts you make now, the sharing of truth that you're paying forward now, and you look back on that and you'll think, but do you see? I was onto something. I'm proud of myself because I was capturing something that really mattered to my soul. And if I hadn't put words to it and I hadn't shared it, then I wouldn't be where I am now. I'm saying that to you as much as I'm saying it to me. Like, I get that if I hadn't started to play with and capture and try to put words to the things I was seeing in the world 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, in business, in marketing, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have had the growth that I've had. I would have still been contemplating and journaling and stuck in my insecurities and unsureness of it all. But by this, the simple fact that I put into words for you publicly the things I was learning allowed me to grow past that version of myself 6 years ago. That is the game of, like, as much as the game of marketing is about you paying it forward to other people and trying to make a connection there, you being active and vocal in marketing is as much about you growing and learning and expanding beyond this version of yourself. There is a version of you today that cannot grow if you do not share. So much of what I do now is help people who are healers and coaches and want to create change in the world, right? That you have a business in the space of creating change. If that's you, so much of what I do now is help you find your voice and put words to and translate the experiences that life has taught you so that you can pay it forward. And for so many, it feels embarrassing. It feels not what they want to put out because they feel like there's a better version in there somewhere. And do you know what? There is a better version in there. But your only access to that better version is to do the reps. Your only access to that better version of you is to actually put on loudspeaker the things that life has taught you. So if you'd like help with that, yes? You'd like help. Like, not only do I want to help others through the lessons that life has taught me, but I actually want to grow into this bigger version of myself that I know that I am. You can do that through marketing, and I have a process that actually helps you do that. It doesn't just help you find your message that you want to lead in the world. It doesn't just help you create a podcast and a show around this conversation, but it actually helps you get into the trenches of the work of translating these lessons that life has taught you so that you can grow. And it happens in 6 simple and short weeks. You can learn more about that program at groundswellmethod.com. The link is in the text of this post. Thanks for hanging out with me in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Look, ultimately, marketing is about you leading a conversation, right? And the only thing this comes down to is whether you show up for that conversation or not. What oftentimes stands in the way of us showing up for the conversation is simply a lack of confidence. And your access to that confidence is doing the reps. If you'd like help doing those reps, you can go to groundswellmethod.com, check that out. And until tomorrow, when we go live again, here's to you doing the reps and finding your voice.